Sisters, I have a little bit of news.
Don't ruin my morning.
We talked about doing a second one, and we talked about that it was really, both Elle and I felt really strongly, and Disney, that we wouldn't just do it and do another episode, another chapter, just because we could, and watch them have another experience. That if we were to do it, there needed to be a reason to come back.
A new story and a new chapter of their lives and of the Moors and this fantastical kind of mystical world that was created. You get to see more of that, and the creatures, and everybody's coming back, and that just really drew me in. And I was so excited to also pick up, Aurora when she was older. She's a young woman now. She's not just a little girl.
The relationship between Philip and Aurora has developed since the first film. The progression of this film is basically our relationship moving on to the next stage, and then us forming together and figuring out a new way to rule.
This is very much almost like an origin story for Maleficent. She becomes an outcast again and is driven into exile, and she discovers that she's not the only one. She's not the only Dark Fae. She's not the only Maleficent in this universe.
And, this time Maleficent has a young woman on her hands, and it's not easy for Maleficent as a mom.
No.
Yes.
No.
I wasn't really asking.
Nor was I.
What's next? You'll turn him into a goat. Well, her new mother-in-law is Michelle Pfeiffer, and that she is Queen Ingrid.
Queen Ingrid she's a leader. She's responsible for a lot of people, and she's damaged, and she's been betrayed by a lot of the men in her life.
But there's something about Aurora also feels kind of at home with her, and she makes her feel very welcomed, and I hope that she thinks that I'm right for her son, and it's all those family dynamics that happen in real life.
It's always fun playing a villain, and I think the challenge is sort of finding the humanity in a character like Queen Ingrid. My favorite villains that I've seen in films have always had sort of a humanity about them, and you kind of actually feel sorry for them at the same time that you hate them.
We knew when we were being insane, or we knew when we were, and so it was fun to be able to be, in between most takes we would laugh at each other or laugh at how mean we'd just been to each other. So it was really fun, really fun to be able to spar with another woman that way.
Well, there are many who prey on the innocent. I'm sure your kind would agree.
What do you mean, my kind?
She means humans.
There is no one in the world that could play Maleficent except for Angelina Jolie.
I think because she's able to bring all of that strength and all of the kind of fire of Maleficent. She, first of all, has a great lightness of touch with that, so can be comic and also can be vulnerable and can be sweet and can mix those things up in actually quite a complex way, but in a very rewarding way to watch and be part of. And I feel like she managed to do so successfully in the first film, and she's done it again in this film, that makes this character very complicated but very approachable and very sort of easy to empathize with.
Well, I love Maleficent. She's kind of like my alter ego. I have a, I have a warm spot for her. It feels oddly comfortable, like more than it should. I kept thinking every day, am I doing enough? I kept saying to everybody, am I doing enough? I don't feel like I'm doing her. I don't feel like I'm doing enough. And everybody kept saying, no, that's it. So maybe the line between us has blurred a little bit, because I feel very comfortable as her.
Prince Philip has,
Disappeared?
Now Philip has...
Yellow fever? No, wait. Leprosy.
No, Mrs. Prince Philip has asked Aurora if she'll become his...
Don't ruin my morning.
It sort of spans a big demographic of audience because it speaks to what is good, what is evil. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference, and we are both things. I think that children aren't always sent that message, and I think it's a relief to know, oh, I guess that part of me that isn't so innocent and maybe has evil thoughts every now and then is normal.
And so I think in the end, this film says a beautiful thing about accepting differences, about encouraging people to be of their own true nature, and of people accepting each other's own true nature and finding family in that.
You do not know me.